Hey, you crazy Capones. Welcome to TBone Capone's Prime Cuts. I'm T-Bone. We're in the HQ, and today's episode has been brought to you by Bull City Street Foods, the best damn street food you can get at a dorm, North Carolina, run by Harry Mons and his boys and his wife. It's a family thing, and it's awesome. It's amazing food. You got to check it out sometime. And also, the Top Bananas. Those guys always continuously have my back, so thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Let's get into the show.
Swing on and miss.
Hey, my swing and miss of the week is simple. I told you to go against Man U. Why did I do that? I don't know. Maybe they're at the top of the leaderboard in back passes. Maybe that had something to do with it. But what I really should have done is analyze the game. I should have analyzed Arsenal. Ozil is great. Everyone thinks Ozil's the best player on Arsenal. He's not. Tell me the difference when Ozil's gone and Santi Cazorla's gone. Santi is the key. Holy midfielder that opens it up for other people. I honestly believe that. You guys may disagree, and that's fine. But look at the difference, man. And, you know, Ozil's always been kind of an up-and-down player. But Santi's always been consistent. And I think that's the biggest issue Arsenal has right now. And my swing and miss of the week is going against my team.
Time to talk a little sports, people. Let's do this.
Capones, it's all about the sports right now, man. My head feels like it's floating. I'm still sick. I'm still trying to push through, though. But I've got some major sports picks going on. We got a big UFC fight. We've got MLS in the fucking house. We got a lot of shit going on. Now, last week, I did a little bit better. One game over 500. So finally, for the season, my overall record is 21, 20, and 11. College basketball dropped to 5-2 with the close game last week. But I'm telling you to take Baylor over West Virginia this week. I'm telling you right now, it's in Waco. Look at Baylor's schedule. You know, you talk about these college basketball teams that don't play anyone outside of their division or outside of their league or whatever, like the Big 12, Pac-12, whatever. They played Oregon early on in the season. Now, Oregon beat them, right? But they've been playing nothing but ranked teams, look, all down the line. And then they just came off a really close game where they came back from a massive deficit on the road, on senior night, for that team. I mean, Baylor has something special. I feel like they're going to pull the upset special over West Virginia this week. Now, in the EPL for soccer, football, we'll call it football, right out of respect to my English and Irish brothers and Scottish. No, I'm not going to forget you guys either. I love you too. Look, go ahead and take West Ham over Everton, and here's why. I know it's at Goodison Park. I realize that. And you know what? Everton might score 3 or 4 goals. It's my belief, recent history, that Everton doesn't show up for that big game. They don't. Now, this could be a testament to their coach, Roberto Martinez. I love the guy. I think he's an amazing coach, but he may be a little bit one-dimensional because he hasn't solved those defensive issues quite yet, right? And here's the thing. How much talent does he have on the defense? We talk about Stones being an awesome up-and-comer. I know Baines has been hurt or whatever. Funes Mari, whatever. There's a lot of names they have on defense, but not really defensive results, so I don't get it. I think right now West Ham has confidence, they have pace, and it's going to be a challenge. It could very well be a 3-3 tie, but I don't think Everton's going to pull this out. So take West Ham over Everton. My lock-it-up pick is Liverpool over Crystal Palace. In Klopp we trust, or in Klopp you trust, because I'm a Man U guy. But Liverpool has turned that corner. You guys have seen it. They've absolutely turned that corner. Yeah, they flopped in the FA Cup final. That was sad or whatever. I think that was the FA Cup final. But regardless, or the Capital One Cup final, there's so many cups, whatever. They flopped against Man City, but then turned around and destroyed Man City. So I don't get Man City sometimes either. You know, and that's the interesting thing. The EPL, the BPL, whatever you want to call it, Barclays Premier League, English Premier League, whatever you want to call it, it is so... There's so much parity in the league. It's so even from top to bottom. It's a tough game each and every night because the guys on the bottom are clawing and scratching their way to the top. Absolutely trying to stay up. There's big money next year, and don't you think for a second those players don't realize it, okay? That big TV contract's going to come into play. All right, also take Man U over West Brom. There you go. Finally, I'm telling you to take Man U, all right? Now, they're going to probably make me look like an asshole, but I'm telling you to take Man U over West Brom. Now, DFL, take Dortmund over Bayern. Boom, I said it. Why? If there's any league that needs a team to lose, I know, just hear me out. It's the Bundesliga, needing Bayern to lose. Because let me tell you something. If you're a player, and I've been a competitor, okay, would you want to sign for a lesser team knowing you have absolutely zero chance of ever winning a league championship? Honestly? Think about that for a second. The parity in the DFL is not there. Look at Bayern to the top, to the bottom. Now, Bayern just coming off a loss, I believe, right? So, or they've lost recently. So, a big loss here to Dortmund, to the number 2 team, adds a little bit of that competitiveness, you know, adds a little bit of that, hey, maybe they're not invincible. And it's actually better for the league, especially when trying to bring players over. I mean, it seems like the DFL always gets, you know, secondhand choices when it comes to players. Everyone wants to go play in the EPL. There's no doubt about it. That's the league. I mean, La Liga, yeah, you've got 3 or 4 teams, but again, you still have the problem with disparity between the top and the bottom teams. You don't have that in the EPL. It's fun. It's absolutely more fun because you don't know on any given day. Every week you're thinking, Bayern's going to win. It's news when they lose, right? It's absolutely news when, oh my God, Bayern lost. It never fucking happens. They need it to happen. The Bundesliga needs this to happen. I'm telling you, take Dortmund over Bayern. Take Hertha over Hamburg. Hey, Hamburg, I like their story. I really want them to stay up. They're struggling. I hope they do stay up, though. I think it's an awesome story to be one of those teams that's never been relegated. It's tough, though. It would be nice if they had a striker with some pace. And then I'm telling you to take Wolfsburg over Gladbach. Even though Xhaka's back for Gladbach, I think it's at the Volkswagen Arena. So, you know, I think that's just going to be a tough call. Wolfsburg should take care of business there. So, MLS this week, right? It opens up. You guys know I'm doing a series on the Colorado Rapids. Boom, right? That's going to be awesome. But their first home game isn't until, I think, next week, and it's against the LA Galaxy. But this week, okay, I'm going to tell you to take Kansas City over Seattle. There you go, Chubik. I said it. Look, when you lose a premier striker like Martins, like Seattle did, it's going to affect you. And I realize they just signed another striker, but it's not the same. Because you had continuity. You had constant, you know, he's been there a few years. So there's that cohesiveness you have with your teammates that you're not going to have with the new guy just coming in there. Dempsey, he's getting a little bit older, guys. I hate to tell you, I love Dempsey. Okay? He's getting a little long in the tooth, so I'm telling you, take KC over Seattle. Take the Columbus Crew over Portland. All right? I know. Portland's the champs, man. What? Joey Timber. I get it. Look, man. And it's in Portland. There should be no bigger game for the Crew to get up for than this game. Right? Didn't they lose last year? I'm telling you, take the Columbus Crew over Portland and lock it up. Take the Rapids over San Jose. That's a homer pick, and I'm going with it, man. All right, there's also the UFC. All right, and then I'll be done with sports, guys. I know you're getting bored. UFC, I'm going to tell you, I'm just giving you the 2 top fights. And I'm telling you to take Miesha Tate over Holly Holm. Why? 1, it's a big underdog, right? 2, it's about styles. People will look at the fact that Ronda Rousey destroyed Miesha Tate. Destroyed her. And you're absolutely right. But their styles are completely different. All right? Ronda Rousey threw her face at Holly Holm. Threw her face at her. She ran into her blind and got destroyed. And I love Ronda Rousey. I think she's an amazing competitor, an amazing fighter. But her game plan sucked. And you guys know that. Miesha's more of a tactical fighter. She doesn't fight on raw emotion like Ronda does. She looks and sees where her opponent's weaknesses are. And I'm telling you right now, Miesha has looked at the video of all of Holly Holm's fights, and she will know where to maximize her weaknesses. I'm telling you, go for the upset special. Miesha Tate over Holly Holm. And Conor fucking McGregor. Huh? My motherfucker right there. Huh? Love of Ireland. What's up? Huh? He is going to take it to Nate Diaz's punk ass. Knock him the fuck out and then throw him a dime of weed so we can go get high. And that's my sports talk of the week.
What the fuck?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. WTF of the week is kind of hitting home, and I'll show you why in a bit. Carmelo Anthony, out of New York, the Knicks. He says to a fan who is heckling and booing him, the owner's right there. Ask for a refund. This is supposed to be a team captain. Now, let me tell you something, Carmelo. I got to see you play here in Denver, right? I got to see you play for Syracuse. I didn't get to actually see the games on TV. I watched you play. I got to see you win the national championship when I was over at Base X, right? Deployed in a war effort. And you were amazing at Syracuse. But there's a screw loose up there, my friend. Because you cannot be happy with your own play. And at your size, you should be averaging 10 rebounds a game easy. And you don't. Charles Barkley did more with less physical talent than you have. Think about that for a second. Charles Barkley was a beast, and Charles Barkley was twice the player you are, both stat-wise and mentally. And I'm telling you, I'm highly disappointed because of this. My daughter and I think I came back from Iraq in 2004. We waited in line at Champ Sports at the Westminster Mall for like 2 hours. And we met Carmelo. And we got autographed jerseys, as you can see here. Here's the Denver one. And you can see there's a few little snags or whatever. I don't know if you can see it. Nothing too much. Definitely frameable. Nice jersey. And then also I got a Syracuse one autographed because I was really high on them. And, you know, I love the Qs. I love the Qs. But anyway, here's the thing. Because he is my WTF and because I want to make sure that whoever makes the first Capone of the month is truly felt like he's special, or she, I'm sending you this jersey. Now, it doesn't have a letter of authenticity, but I promise you, I got it signed myself. You could send it into PSA or whatever, and they'll put a little sticker on there for you, or upper deck authenticated. I don't know if they do that. But yeah, go ahead and get it authenticated if you like. No harm, no foul on me, but I'd frame it up. But I'm giving that also to the first ever Capone of the month. An autographed jersey of Carmelo Anthony. Now, I realize I just slammed him, right? Still a kind of a decent player as far as scoring, but it's an autographed jersey. Are you really going to turn it down? All right. But regardless of everything else, Carmelo Anthony is my WTF of the month. Week. Whatever. I'm sick. What time is it? Geek time. Look, man, I've got the coolest wife ever. Absolutely have the coolest wife ever. And she hooked me up, and she got me one of these. We're just in Walgreens getting meds, trying to medicine up, and she hooked me up with one of these. And she's like, open it on one of your shows. I'm like, what did I do to deserve her? She's fucking cool as shit. But, yeah, and she's a Walking Dead fan, too. So there you go. This is Series 3. What I like about these is if you look at the back there, they actually have odds. Okay, so if Herschel, if you know the series, the Bloody Herschel is 1 in 72. So that's a rare one. And then also it looks like a Bloody Glenn is 1 in 72 as well. There's a 1 in 36 Glow Zombie right there. And then, of course, the Motorcycle 1 in 24. And then Daryl is 1 in 24. So let's just open this bad boy up. It's random. It's always fun. I thought I'd do this on the Geek Time this week since there's no Loot Crate. And then I was going to show you a couple other things I got for the HQ. And I will be doing at my 1 year anniversary mark another HQ viewing since it's going to be probably changed a little bit anyway. So there we go. Like a kid in a, I don't even know, something like you get at an adult store, right? I wouldn't know anything about that. Alright, so let's see. Just going to rip it open. Let's just go for it. What? Too graphic? Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, it's not a, it's a 1 in 12 figure, and it's just, it's Glenn's girl, but still pretty cool. She looks badass. As a matter of fact, she looks almost similar to my wife. My wife got her hair cut a little short. I might give her this to actually take into work, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, that was fun. That was my dog barking, and that was Geek Time. Alright guys, I told you there would be a little bit more to it. Now, a couple things. One, I showed you that charging cable from a while back. I don't know if you remember that right there. So, I had bought a regular cable around the same time, and that regular cable's already kind of, I don't know, where the wire's bent, so it's kind of shorting out a little bit, right? So, it's intermittent with the battery charge. Have not had a single issue with this cable. I put it in the truck. I've taken it here, put it in the bedroom. Best cable ever. So if you check out that Prime Cut episode from a couple weeks back, that's definitely the cord you want to get for you. Now, a couple other things that I had to get. I've been having issues with my iMac. the volume does not work. A lot of the problem is when you run an Elgato, when you run OBS and Air Server, and you're trying to do streaming and videos and all that, it's a lot. And for some reason, I can't reset the sound settings, so I have no external speaker sound. So I bought external speakers I can hook up with the USB cord, and I'll let you know how those are, okay? But they just light up. They're small little speakers that I can have here, and hopefully that will allow me to get your voices for 5 questions with T-Bone. So that's what I'm looking for, because right now it's not running out of the external speakers, so I can't pick up your sound. That's important when I do that, okay? So I got that, and then also I had to break down and actually get an aluminum mouse pad. So open up that real quick just to show you what that is. It looked kind of classy. I don't have a mouse pad. I'm using a magazine. Yeah, I know, pretty hood. So I decided to get this one. Sorry. And it looks pretty cool. It's just a basic. It kind of goes with the whole Apple theme. It's kind of sterilized, surgical looking plate, right? With some stickies so it kind of grips. And it looks like it's going to be amazing, and it's about the same size as this magazine. And I'll show you the back of this magazine gets kind of worn out. See, that's all from the mouse. So we'll throw that golf magazine there. We'll put this here. Oh, and that's nice. That grip's nice. It's alright. Not bad. Guess I gotta get used to it, but I like it. It works. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of T-Bone Capone's Prime Cuts. I almost didn't put it out, and I know people are telling me to rest or whatever, but I can't rest. Because the minute you rest, someone else will take your spot, man. And I'm not paranoid. That's just fact. You gotta work hard. And I work hard because I love the Capones. As you can tell, I'm putting a lot into this Capone of the month because it's important to me. We're getting to the numbers that I didn't really have expectations. You always have kind of hopes and dreams, I think, when you start something, but you never know. And it wasn't until I actually endeavored into YouTube that I realized it's fucking a lot harder than I could ever imagine, 1. And 2, getting subscribers is not easy. If you think it is, it's not. Look at all the channels. I could go search through 100 different channels right now, easy, with 100 subscribers or less, just like that, because it's hard to sustain content. It's hard to keep going. And I promise you, I'm here for the freaking long haul. So I know the Capones have my back, and I hope I'm showing you that I absolutely have yours. Alright? So until next time, T-Bone out. Hey, sorry, I know I already wrapped it up once, but I'm going to have to wrap it up again. So these right here, I don't know if you remember these from the Prime Cuts before, but basically the War of the World. Remember that? From the Loot Crate? And the Day the Earth Stood Still. There was a guy that had made a comment about wanting them, and I've been trying to get a hold of him. So if you guys know him, he posted a comment on the video. I really need him to email me his address so I can send these off to him, or else B-Beer's never going to get his rubber band. So it's very important for both B-Beer and this huge fan. So I want to send these out to you. Just let me know. Alright, now, until next time, T-Bone out.
If you're not a Capone, you're missing out. Subscribe today.